Hey, sorry, no makeup or anything today. We are getting ready for a tropical storm that's coming through. It's no reason to panic. We've actually built the farm to sustain a lot of extreme weather events, but we do have a lot to do to prepare. I thought I would take you along so you can see what we do here on the farm to prepare for hurricanes, tropical storms, cyclones, that kind of thing. Let's get to work. The entire garden is built on a hillside, and so while I do have a couple of main paths or arteries that run vertically this way, going up and down the hill, it's actually not great when it comes to excessive water runoff. So what I did up here is I pushed, behind me here is a pasture, I pushed a lot of manure from the horses up and created a berm on the back side of the garden fence that can help to hold and reroute water. The other thing that I've done is taken rocks instead of wood, because it rots so easily, to reinforce raised beds and garden planting spaces going perpendicular to the hill. Anything that's even close to being ripe is going to swell with a lot of water. You can see some swelling marks here. It's been raining for 5 days. So we're gonna grab this before we get a surge of water, and they'll continue to ripen on the counter. This is an example of a tomato that was ripened and then couldn't contain the water from the rainfall, so it swelled and it split. If you see that, it's a water issue. It means you're getting too much water at once. Here's another one. Light is really starting to set in with all of the moisture, but I haven't had a chance to get out and prune because it's been so wet. So as soon as the storm system is finished and passes, we're gonna get out here and clean up all the plants. So just adjacent to the garden, this is the second pasture. Here's their water area. They have all that green space way back there. So this is where the ducks will be, good water runoff, and they're perfectly happy out here. They also have several shelters with roofs they can go into if needed. Okay, this lower field is on a floodplain. It has really nutrient-rich soil, a great grass, but we don't use it when we expect extreme weather. So everybody's moved out of here and up to higher ground. You can see we already had a tree fall there. The stream that overflows very quickly is right there. We zoom out. And so we moved the farm stand up here because the driveway goes up a hill. And so the farm stand has been up here for the last 2 days while we've experienced some minor flooding. So that goes to higher ground. Hay barn is stocked. We got a delivery last week. Just in case we have a hard time getting any, we know that we're full. There's one of the kittens up there, and the sheep are in the hay barn. So the dogs and the sheep will stay in the barn. They have access to outdoors here, which is where their water is. But what they really like is, because this is such an old barn, it's a raised foundation, they go underneath there to stay cool. Thanks for modeling. Okay, the horses are all stocked up with hay. They have water. Their shelter has full access to their sacrifice plot, which is this muddier area here. There is forage back there that they can access to, but all pastures have been shut off. So if they want to move, they can without destroying any grass. I have a video if you are interested in learning more about sacrifice plots. When it comes to water on the property, we are on a private well. So we do have a generator that we can use, because when the power goes out, which is like all the time here, 1775 house, when the power goes out, the well pump goes out. When the well pump goes out, we can't get water. So we do have a generator. We do keep gas cans nearby for the generator. But because I don't want to rely on gasoline, I also have a few means for water for the garden and the animals if we needed to go an extended period of time, whether that be from severe weather or drought. So throughout the property, we have rain barrels. That's a 65-gallon rain barrel. Those are peppered throughout so that they can catch water. I have them off of drain pipes. From the gutters that are coming off the house and the barn, I have them randomly sprinkled, but I also use retention ponds or catchment ponds. We have 3 on the property. 1 catches runoff. Another 2 are more just to catch rainwater. I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so this is an example of one of our ponds. That's duckweed on top. I also do water lily and I do hornwort. This allows me to not have to use a pump and the water stays clear. We do have goldfish in there and they overwinter where it's over 3 feet deep, so they get below the frost line. We also have wild frogs, turtles, and snakes that accumulate here, and we're not too far from the beehives. I don't know if you can see a structure right there through the woods, but this also gives the bees a place to catch some water. So this is an example of one stock of water that we keep. Again, we don't have anything catching runoff right over here, but it's a retention pond. We're just catching rainwater, and we have this as a store if we need it. Again, there's another one of these on the property, and then we also have a runoff pond. Okay, that's it. Wish us luck. I thought it went without saying, but maybe not. After an event passes, especially if there's a lot of wind, one of the first things we do is check our fences. We want to make sure that none of them have come down from fallen trees or branches, and make sure the electric is still working properly. That's a priority because we want to make sure that we retain especially the Clydesdales in. So be sure to check your fencing. All right, time to go make sauce.